I am at a conference and I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time talking with physicians who are in various stages of their career, whether they are just starting out, whether they are still in training and have not picked a specialty, whether they are retired, whether they are retired and still figure out how to practice medicine in the retirement lifestyle environment, or, been practicing 10 years, 20 years, academic setting, private setting. One of the common themes that I'm being asked about that seems to be on physicians' minds are non-competes. And there is a lot of conversations around non-competes. But one of the things that has always bothered me in these conversations is that they feel a bit incomplete. And it leaves physicians really not having answers that they need. While there is a lot of things being talked about right now about how there may be some federal law or federal agencies coming out with restrictions that would prevent non-competes from happening, that has not happened yet. And traditionally, non-competes are going to vary by state. And also traditionally, which I feel like is not being talked about enough, is the role of whether you are a high earner in that conversation. One line of demarcation that states have sometimes followed to really ban or prevent or restrict non-competes that can be in employment contracts is whether you earn a certain amount. And unfortunately or fortunately, physicians are earning at such a rate and at such a level that you are considered a high earner. And so the conversations that are happening around non-competes are not even really bringing that in, but oftentimes the end results in those laws exclude those kind of individuals, or they've really only kind of carved out certain types of positions like mental health professionals. And so I really want you to keep that in mind as you are thinking about whether to accept a contract with a non-compete, not to rely on a future change of law. When you are looking at a non-compete, the best thing that you can do for yourself to ensure that you have options later is assume that it's going to be there when you leave. I am more than happy to be wrong. I am more than happy for the federal government or a federal agency to come out and completely ban non-competes altogether so that this is not an issue that physicians have to worry about. But the best advice that I can give you in this moment when you are worried about a non-compete or looking at a non-compete in your contract or just unsure about what that landscape is going to be is assume that the non-compete in front of you is going to exist. And what are the exits? What are the exceptions to that non-compete? Do you have to leave the city? Is that city or area or state very important to you? Well, this is something that I really want to just take a pause while I'm at the conference and give my thoughts about because it has come up so many times, regardless of where you are in your career, because there's so much discussion around it right now. So please keep that in mind. Always assume that the non-compete that you're looking at is going to be there when you leave and plan accordingly.